Okay, so this is my little mini review of Paranormal Activity 5, and also a bit of an update. If some of you are wondering why there hasn't been like a sibling rivalry over bum review of the new Hobbit movie, or why there's now a bum review of this movie, Paranormal Activity 5, we've all been sick, man. We've all been really sick. Like, I was just in today, like, helping do tests for the game show and stuff, and everybody was just like, like, Malcolm is sick, Jim is sick, Rob's sick, like, everybody's friggin' sick, and there's this virus going around, and, like, it's taken for friggin' ever to get rid of it. Some sort of weird mutation. We've all gone to the doctor. It's like, yeah, it's just, everybody's getting it. So Jason's sick too, but you'll see more Adventure Time vlogs, so whatever. You got your Disney Decembers, and you'll still get your Nostalgia Critics, but blah, 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 blah. You want to know what I think of this new Paranormal Activity 5. Let me say this. The acting in this is very good. I really want to make that clear because I think all the actors who performed in this are obviously trying their hardest to work with this material and make this stuff sound natural, and they don't do a bad job. And I really think they should get kudos for it because of everything else I'm going to say in this review. Man, is it bad. It's like really, really bad. And it's not even in that category of it's so good, it's so bad it's good. It's just bad. It's like boring bad. It's like this isn't even an hour and a half, and I felt like I was in there for 2 hours. I'm the guy that even in the worst Paranormal Activity movie, I'll find something good. Like, I don't like the first one that much, but I acknowledge, hey, it was doing a lot with a little, and I like that. The subtlety of what's behind the door and nothing being there can be really creepy and just the little movements. I love that. The second one I thought was wonderful. That's the only one I thought beginning to end was really, really good and really smart. Good acting, good writing, good tying into the first film, very smart. Third one I thought it was pretty stupid, but had some really, really good scares and new ideas, like the way the camera would slowly pan over and pan back, and then you pan back over and something would be closer. That's ingenious. That's so smart. And in the fourth one, which got even kind of stupider, they still had some great stuff. I love the thing with that, was it the connector or whatever, that shined all the dots when we put the night light on, and you'd see something moving in the dots, or the knife thrown up to the ceiling. You never know what's going to come down. I mean, those are ingenious scares, even though you sort of have to sit through a lot of the crap that you've seen, like, that are really dated back to the first one, you know, that they never quite fixed, except for the second one. The second one was the only solid one. And now you have this movie where the only different thing in it, the only thing that's kind of unique, is its setting. It's set in pretty much the ghetto, I guess, or in a dangerous neighborhood, because everywhere you look, they're like, you know, hey, don't go there, man, the criminals are hanging out there, the badasses there, or whatever and stuff, and at the end, this is the other thing that really made me laugh. I don't know if it's good or bad. It's probably bad, but it was entertaining at least. They're gonna go into this place that they've been to before, again, very repeated, but they're gonna go into this place where they know bad people or possessed people are and stuff, and they're bringing guns, like, you know, these are like gangsters and stuff, and they're bringing their guns into this, and everyone starts laughing, and sure enough, they use it. They use the guns at the end of this, and they're effective, and they're blowing half of these possessed people away, and that's great, because it's just like, thank you, finally somebody said, let's try this, let's try shooting the fuckers, and it kind of works. So, that got a big laugh, just because we never seen that Paranormal Activity movie, and we're kind of waiting to, and it was funny, whether or not it was meant to be or not. People were laughing and cheering. But the rest of the movie, like, everything, I mean everything, was from every single movie you saw. I mean, nothing was new. Really nothing. It's this family that's not even really connected to the other films. It's this, I think, Hispanic family. And my wife had a better connection to everything than this movie did. She leans over and she said, hey, the mother, was that the maid from Paranormal Activity 2? I thought, I didn't think of that. That's a good connection. Yeah, like maybe because she was very knowledgeable about this and it would make sense. No, it's just part of the people that are just being possessed, like just people, random people are being possessed now, and you know, it kind of sort of ties back to the people that are doing it in the other films. I mean, at least with the other films, it followed whether it be a kid or the sister or a prequel or whatever, something connecting to this family. And this really doesn't. This is just a random family that happens to be possessed by these people and what it's doing to them and so forth. And who gives a shit? And the mistakes these people make, even by scary movie standards, are so cliched. I mean, this is a murder happens in, you know, the apartment like downstairs, and these guys, whether it be just to check out the crime scene for no good reason, of course, bring their camera, or to make out with these women that they just want to get in their pants and stuff like that. Yeah, because that's a real hot place to make out in the middle of a crime scene. Or okay, all the other films, for their problems, do a pretty good job, in my opinion, a decent enough job explaining why they can't always get the police involved, or why they can't get other people involved, or half the time they do. And I like that. I like when they bring other people in, or I like, for example, in the second one, where the father wakes up and says, she tried to warn me, I'm gonna bring her back, and brings back the maid, who seemed very knowledgeable about this, to help out with things. There's one scene, I think, like, near the end of the film where he's like, why don't we go to the police? And this is like fucking murders are happening, and they have video footage of these murders happening, and they never go to the cops, fucking never. And it's not like they could get caught for anything. It's like they got the evidence. And only at the end are they like, shouldn't we go to the cops? And it's like, well, do you think they believe us? Fucking idiots, you got the video footage! And they're constantly, I mean, the oldest tricks that were done a million times in the other movies, where you see the back of the person. How many times have you seen this at Paranormal Activity movie? John? You okay? John? John? It's done for friggin' all the time ever, goddamn shit! And it's just nothing new, and nothing was scary. I mean, nothing. I'm the kind of person that will get sucked into this stuff. I know a lot of people say their patience are tested with these movies and the shaky cam and stuff, and I understand. I really do. If it's not your thing, it's not your thing. I'm not gonna totally defend it all the way through, but it was effective for me. Like, even though the films are bad, it was effective for me. Not one scare ever worked in this movie at all, because I have seen every single one of them in the past 4. And, okay, I don't think I'm giving anything away with this, because they say it pretty early on, and then they just follow through with it at the end. If you're really interested after I say this, then go see it, you'll love it, whatever, but this was the immediate deal breaker for me. Okay, how are you on time travel? I am not fucking kidding. Time travel. That is a thing in this movie. And I heard it, and I just said, okay, I've doubted these movies before and where they're gonna go, and sometimes they've come around okay. Let's see. Because even with number 4, which I didn't think was that great, I'm sort of like, it still kept me intrigued. Oh, what is going on? What's this all adding up to? And they do it in this movie, and it's another open, what does it mean thing. It doesn't really answer any more questions, it just raises it. And I'm pretty convinced they don't know what they're building up to, and even if they do, it's not very interesting, because we have fucking time traveling in this. It is so awful. It's so awful. I looked on Rotten Tomatoes, because I think like the past couple of movies haven't gotten good reviews. The first one got good reviews, the second one did, and then 3 or 4 didn't. I think this got like 53%. They're too fucking lenient. This is so bad. It's so boring. It's so cliched. And I just, both my wife and I look forward to seeing these movies around Halloween. Like, this is our Saw. I never got into Saw, even the first one. Like, I never got into. It just didn't do it for me. And they had one every Halloween. I remember thinking, like, oh, wouldn't it be nice if I could have, like, that Halloween movie to look forward to every Halloween? This Halloween, they didn't have it. So they waited till the absolute worst time to release this movie, the week after New Year's. Very bizarre, but at the same time I was saying, you know what? Stuff happens, production problems, even though this pretty low-key movie and low effects, and I mean, you wouldn't think they would need more time with this, but you know, okay, I'm not on set, I don't know, I'll give them the extra time. I want them to get this right, I want them to get this really perfect. No. Nothing about this indicates there was any extra time put into it, because it is all the same bullshit, horrible effects, and terrible writing. I mean, there's a scene where, like, the best friend has the camera, and whatever, the other friend, of course, is possessed, and he's acting weird, and he's like, get out of here, man. And he's like, why would you say that, man? I'm your best friend. Because that's how real people talk, right? Why would you say that? I'm your best friend. I'm just establishing my relationship to you like everybody does in real life, and just on the flip of a coin, you know, because you only did one weird thing so far, and I'm gonna say, really bad, people. Really, really bad. And I actually wanted to like this movie on a so bad it's good level, because there are films where I can. You know, Devil worked that way. The Room, of course, worked that way. What the hell's the other one? It's Princess Diaries 2 worked that way. Okay, I got more joy out of Princess Diaries 2. That's how bad this movie is, because it's so repetitive, so boring, and nothing new. I mean, just nothing. The fact that they put it in a different location was nice, you know, because they're mixing it up a touch, but they do nothing with it. Nothing interesting. And the fact that they had some guns at the end, that was kind of nice, but even that's not very long. There's a scene where they go into this guy who says that here's what you gotta do to get your possessed person to stop being possessed. And they go into this room, there's all these Day of the Dead sort of statues and paintings and stuff, and you know, all the skulls. I mean, you know what Day of the Dead looks like. And I'm saying, ooh, like, what are they gonna do with this? Like, are the lights gonna go out and you're gonna see them shining and stuff like that? Nothing. Fucking nothing. And even the when they're gonna get him unpossessed or whatever, like, they just ask him to come in and they just start doing it and he's just sitting there. Like, they don't even have to coax him, or he doesn't act weird like, what is this or anything. Okay, there's a fucking Simon game. You know Simon? The four colors and you have to match them up and stuff? That is how they communicate with the evil spirits. This is fucking real. This is Paranormal Activity 5 doing this. This is the film series that has brought so many ingenious scares. Like, even when the stories weren't good, they brought so many good, clever scares to us. And now we have them communicating with the spirits with fucking Simon. Is Simon even still made? Is that even still a thing? Like, in the third one, they have stuff with 80s toys, like they sort of had the Teddy Ruxpin and stuff, and they're kind of making fun of that, like, oh, wasn't Teddy Ruxpin kind of creepy? And look, the light bright thing sort of has the evil symbol on. Did the girls do that, or did it do it by itself? It's just a little thing in the background, like, isn't that kind of cute? But we're not going to be stupid enough to actually go all the way with this, because that'd be fucking ridiculous. This goes fucking ridiculous. It is so goddamn stupid. So, I can't think about who would like this. I get sick. I'm trying to think, because I usually try to find the crowd that would like it. Of course, there will be a crowd who will like this. But I don't know who. Maybe people who haven't seen the other Paranormal Activities might get a little bit of a scare, because some of this might be new. maybe, like I said, the acting's good. They gotta work with absolute horrible writing, but I think they pull it off okay, and I think these actors deserve a lot of credit. This is not easy stuff to make sound natural, but they do a good job. But no, it's bad. It's really bad. That's about all I got. I really wish I could think of the crowd or the people that would enjoy this, but I don't know. I know that at the end, I mean, there were a few people sort of doing the fun little jumps like ee-ah in the audience, but I think, again, even in the worst movie, there was at least 5 moments where where the audience jumped out and went, ah! Even if it was the fake out, which there's a couple of those too. I could even predict when they were going to happen. I'm like, well, it's the first 20 minutes, and you have someone walking really close towards a door. We know nothing's going to happen yet. You know, it's just going to be the guy that goes, boo, I gotcha. Fuck off, man. You did that 20 other times in the other films. Do you really think the 21st is going to get us? Nobody jumped at it. And I think only at the end I can count maybe twice. 1.5, I'll say, that people actually jumped and screamed. And the last one was the big... I mean, the only time where it really got people screaming, it didn't get me screaming, but it really got people screaming was the very last one where people were supposed to jump, and that was it. And people were laughing and having fun when they got the guns out shooting, you know, the evil people, but... Oh, really bad. Really bad. I'm sorry. If you like this movie, more power to you, but God, I'm curious why. I am so curious. If you liked it, explain why. I'm just very, very curious about it. I hate talking that way. If you really do like it, I mean, go ahead, enjoy it. I am very curious about what you enjoyed about it, because for me, it was so removed from anything that was good with the other movies. So it is something where it's like I would like to know what was actually what you enjoyed about it, but me, nah, I could not get into it. It was definitely not my thing, and I enjoy even the worst Paranormal Activity movies because they offered something new and something clever, and I just felt this was all recycled and phenomenally lazy. So yeah, that's all I got for there. If you want to look for like the bum reviews or sibling rivalries of like whatever, The Hobbit or something like that, we'll probably have on the DVD because it's a little late to do now, and I couldn't do the bum review because my voice is already going, and I had to do the NC today. After I did the NC, I was like that. So yeah, that's about all I got, man. If you like it, great. Didn't grab me, man. So that's about it, and I'll talk to you later. Take care.